Good morning, good people. Back to me, Kintan Umari from Studio Newsroom at BBC Morning News. Lesbos migrant camp children say they want to die. This is no place for a child, and yet more camp is home to more than 7,000 of them. The vast majority of these children have fled war-torn countries and arrived here in Europe, a place supposedly of humanity, safety, and security. At the nearby children's clinic, a mental health emergency is unfolding. A 17-year-old boy slashes himself across his chest and arm overnight. His friend has brushed him in bed just asking me if we can talk to. This is a sadly common scene in here.
He's not well. He talks about wanting to do this again.
More than 150 children have been referred to MSF psychologists in the last 2 months alone. That's double the number from the summer. 2 of the children attempt suicide. The youngest was just 13 years old.
Normally a child, when experience something traumatic, has to have the time and the space to recover. Moria does not allow children to recover. In a child in the preschooler age, you can see children banging their head against a wall, for instance, pulling their hair off. And in the age more between 12 and 17, we see children start to cut themselves, strongly start to talk about the desire of dying.
A father in desperate search of help for his family. His daughter Zainab has autism and epilepsy. They arrived a few days ago. It took them 2 months to get here from Afghanistan. They meet us at a makeshift community center at the camp. He described how they almost died when they were flung into the sea as they crossed from Turkey. They're back with their money and Zainab's medication was lost.
هیچ دیگه سرویس ما بود دیگه فقط جیغ میزدن 5 ساعت دم واین آب بودیم دیگه قایق اینقدر پر بود که جای عکس زن انداختن هم نبود یعنی این بسر بیستیم بود که آن بیفته داخل دریا مشکلات
Both children, he tells me, are utterly traumatized.
جیغ میزنن خواب ندارن 24 ساعت این کارش نیست که انت خود شور میتن دیگه خواب ندارن چنانی در خیمه خیلی کوچیک خورد هستیم همسایه هم نزدیک ما ذره بازار است.
We were refused permission to film inside. The main government ran part of the camp, but the overseas into the neighboring olive grove now holds well over half of 17,000 population of Moria. Some families are getting stuck here for months awaiting news on their asylum claims.
The Greek government recently announced plans to move 20,000 people off this island and neighbouring islands by early 2020, but movement on that has been extremely slow and people, particularly women and children, keep arriving on these islands every week.
More than 1,000 children in these camps are traveling alone, most teenagers. This 15-year-old boy who are not identifying is staying in a shipping container with 20 unaccompanied boys.
I have come from Afghanistan here to feel myself in a safe place, but I think it's not a safe place, it's really dangerous. I'm thinking about everything, what will happen to me, what I'm gonna do in here, after this what will come.
The teenager is being helped by this legal charity. They work with some of the most vulnerable people in Moria.
So I'd say between 700 and 800 kids that are sleeping outside the sections. They're sleeping on the streets, in the beach, in a park in the middle of town where they say there's a prostitution network, in the mosque with other adults in the tents because they don't have tents, so they choose to share with adults.
Children are residing here in tent shack, which is used as a community center. Staff are trying to help them remember simply how to be children. There are art classes to Zakia himself, a refugee, helps to run this facility.
They learn something. They become busy here. They came here for 2 hours, 3 hours, and they play coloring, drawing, and and it has brought lots of impacts and lots of happiness for them.
Another precious place of solace. The children are learning to play the guitar, a dim glow of hope in these dark times. And this is the news update for this morning. I'm Kintan Umari from BBC Morning News. Thank you and see you.